Hello everyone, today we're going to continue factoring polynomials or trinomials that have a leading coefficient other than 1. Okay, so we're going to learn a different method of doing it today, and our warm-up is going to kind of prepare us for doing that. Okay, so on this warm-up we have a box and we're told what the area of the box is. So this section right here is 2x squared, this is negative 3x, and so on. And we want to find the length and the width of this box. And the way that we're going to do this is by finding common factors. And we're going to look at these two boxes right here, and we're going to ask, what do they have in common? Okay, they can both be divided by 2, and they also both have 1x. So the common factor of those two boxes is 2x, and we're going to put that 2x there. Okay, the next one. These two boxes, what do they both have in common? Since this is a negative, we're going to pull out that negative sign. They also can both be divided by 3. So negative 3 would be that length, okay? This next one, they don't have a common number, but they both have an x. So we're going to have an x here. And then the next one, since it's positive, we're going to bring out that positive sign. Okay, and they can both be divided by 2. So my length and width would be 2x minus 3 and x plus 2. Okay, so we're going to be factoring trinomials kind of using this method right here. We're going to take our trinomial and we're going to put it in a box like this. Okay, and then these are actually our factors. These things that we see here, these are the factors of that trinomial. Okay, so let's take a look at that process. So our steps for doing this, we're always going to look for a common factor first. So is there a common factor of the entire trinomial? If so, we're going to pull that out. Next thing, just like we did in the previous lesson, we're going to multiply a and c, find two factors that multiply to get this, and add to make the b term. We're going to split b into two factors. And now we have 4 terms. We're going to put them into a box, okay? Our x squared term will always go in the top left box, similar to the warm-up that we just saw. Our constant will always go in the bottom right box, like in the warm-up. And then we're going to find the common factor of each row in each column, and then those are the factors. So let's check out some examples. First example, I've got 2x squared plus 17x plus 30. So I don't have a common factor because 17 cannot be divided by 2. So what we want to do is we want to break 17 apart. And remember, the way that we broke it apart is we found factors of 60, because 2 times 3 is 60. So 1 and 60, 2 and 30, 3 and 20, 4 and 15, 5 and 12, 6 and 10. Those are all of my factors of 60, okay? So since 60 is positive, I know that both of my signs have to be the same, and since we're adding to make a positive, I'm going to use these factors right here, 5x and 12x. Those make 17x. So now what we're going to do is we're going to draw a box. And we're going to draw 4 sections, okay? So this 2x squared, we're going to put that right here, okay? The 30 that we have up there is going to go in this box. And then 17, I broke it apart as 5x and 12x. And I could put the 12x here, I could put 5x here, it doesn't really matter as far as those. But we do want 2x squared to be top left, we do want 30 to be in the bottom right. Okay, so now we are going to factor our rows and columns. Okay, so these two boxes right here, they both have 2x. Okay, these two boxes right here, they can both be divided by 5. So I'm going to put plus 5 there, okay? These two boxes right here, they both have x. And then these two boxes, they can both be divided by 6. So we're going to put plus 6. So the factors of this trinomial are 2x plus 5 and x plus 6. So those are the factors. Okay, next example. There's not a common factor again, so we're going to start by multiplying 5 and 18 together, and that's going to be 90. So I want factors of 90 that add to make 33. So 1, 90, 2 and 45, 3 and 30. 4 is not a factor. 5 and 18, 6 is going to go in 15 times. And then 9 and 10, those are all my factors. So 30 and 3, these are the factors that I want. So 3x and 30x. So now, put this thing in a box. Okay, so I'm going to have 5x squared and 18, and then 3x and 30x. So now if I factor each row in each column, this is going to be 5x. This is going to be a plus 3. Right here, we are just going to have x. And then down here is going to be a positive 6. So the factors are 5x plus 3 and x plus 6. Okay. Here's another one. So again, we are going to multiply 2 and 25 together because there's not a common factor again. So factors of 50 would be 1 and 50, 2 and 25. 3 does not divide it, 4 does not divide it, 5 and 10. And those are all of the factors of 50, okay? So to make a negative 15, I'm going to have to make this a negative 5 and a negative 10. So that is what we're going to put in to the space where negative 15 was. So again, draw a box, okay? Split it into 4 sections, and then 2x squared goes there, 25 goes in the bottom right, and then negative 5x and negative 10x will go there and there. So now we're going to, again, factor each row in each column. So these two, they can both be divided by 2x. So we're going to put 2x here, okay? These two, they can both be divided by 5. Since the closest box is negative, this is going to be a negative 5. Okay, and then these two, they both have an x. And then these two can also be both be divided by 5. Since the closest box is negative, this is going to be a negative 5. So my factors are 2x minus 5 and x minus 5. Okay, here's another example. On this one, notice it starts off with a negative. There's not a common factor, but we're going to treat that negative as a common factor. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull that negative 1 out of this thing. And that leaves me with 4x squared plus 16x plus 7. So now I want factors of 4 times 7, which is 28, that are going to add to make 16. So 1 and 28, 2 and 14, or 4 and 7, okay? I can make 16 with a positive 2 and a positive 4, okay? So again, draw a box. Okay, so top left will be 4x squared, bottom right is 7, and then the other two will be 2x and 14x, okay? So on this one, these two boxes right here, both of these can be divided by 2, and they both have an x. So we're going to have 2x right here, okay? These two they don't have a common factor. Okay, so if they don't have a common factor, we have to put something out here, and we're going to put a positive 1 there. Okay, the next two, both of those can be divided by 2, and they can both be divided by x. So again, that's going to be 2x. And then these two, these can both be divided by 7. So that's plus 7. So my factors are 2x plus 1 and 2x plus 7. Don't forget this negative 1 that we pulled out earlier. So we're going to put that negative 1 back in front of this thing. And those are our factors. Okay, one more example, really doing the same thing here. Again, but look for a common factor first. And notice that all of these can be divided by 3. So we're going to pull that 3 out. So 3 and then 3x squared plus 7x minus 6. Okay, so we want to find factors of negative 18. So that's going to be 1 and 18, 2 and 9, or 3 and 6. Okay, and since 18 is negative, I must have 1 negative and 1 positive. It's going to be negative 2, positive 9. Those are going to add to make a positive 7. Okay, so again, let's put this thing in a box. So we're going to have 3x squared, negative 6 down here, and then negative 2x and 9x. So look at these two, they can both be divided by 3, and they both have an x. So you're going to have 3x here, okay? For these two, they can both be divided by 2. The closest box is negative, so that's going to be negative 2. For these two, they both have x, so put x there. And then for these two, they can both be divided by 3. And I'm going to put a plus sign there. So that leaves us with 3x minus 2 and x plus 3. Okay, don't forget this 3 that you pulled out in the beginning. We have to put that in front. So there are the factors of this one. Okay, so please go check out the assignment on Canvas and let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day.